Keith, Marco Tardelli during the week gave an interview to Gazzetta dello Sport where he questioned, quote, the Irish footballing intellect was the word he used. He said, the Irish don't get football is also an intellectual matter. They go at it 100% all the time and they have trouble handling the game tactically. And he talked about his time with you guys, and he was saying that they almost had to invent games at training to trick you guys into learning tactics. First of all, incredibly disrespectful for a guy who's worked with you for years to talk about you like your children almost.
Yeah, look, that's the first. I've read little snippets, but that's the first time I've heard it properly, and I've obviously worked with them all the way through that tenure in charge. And I don't particularly like speaking ill of anybody, but that's very disrespectful and doesn't sit well with me at all. When they first came in, they had Robbie Brady with us, and he was kind of that go-between between the staff and the players, and there was no doubt, especially when we played Italy, funnily enough, which is very appropriate for this evening. There was a real, because he's such a legend in Italy and it's steeped in history, and there was a real snobbery towards the Italian team. He would build them up to the highest, and they did look down the nose at us. There's absolutely no doubt about that. The system we played, he wouldn't tweak it. He wouldn't particularly tweak the personnel in terms of changing it in large areas, but
were you surprised to see him say that? I mean, whatever about publicly, he shouldn't have done it, but you very much got that sense when you worked under him that he felt that you as a midfielder didn't understand the game the way an Italian did?
Yeah, well, look, we all played Premier League football, or certainly top championship football, the vast majority of that team, the nucleus of that team, and we were playing at teams that played very, very good football at certain stages, so it wasn't as if we weren't capable. I don't buy into the fact that we could have turned up for Ireland and started splitting at the back and dropping in and popping it around. I don't think we were that good, I have to be honest. But we certainly, given license to, could have played better. It was very simple for myself and Glenn in the middle of the park. If we strayed too far, you knew you'd get changed, you knew you'd get taken off. So it was very simple for me.
Can I ask Graham, does he have a point?
No.
We don't struggle with the game tactically?
I think he's talking tosh. I played in Italy. People try and introduce or talk in the modern way that there's so much more science and it's technically a very difficult game. That's not true. It's not true. I played in Italy. I found it an absolute doddle playing in Italy as a midfield player. I mean, there's two ways to play football. You can be a team that goes for it and you commit people forward, or, I'm interested to ask you this question, or you can be a team like a lot of Italians where you say to your two midfield players, as simple as never go in front of the ball.
Yeah.
That's tactics. It's all about you either go for it or you don't go for it. What the Italians do, and you have to take this into, it makes me angry when I'm talking about it. Think of this. The Italian football's on its backside. Who watches Italian football? Why? Why don't they go? The last decade has been a long, slippery, dangerous slope for them. Because I would use a four-letter word here. It begins with an S, ends in a T. It's not good to watch. It's like going to the dentist. And it really annoys me that someone who thinks they're so superior, they can come out with such tosh as that. You either go for it and you commit people forward, and that makes you tactically naive in their book. But the British game demands, the public in Britain demand, the game is played a certain way. And that is, they want to see action there, and they want to see you being aggressive in your own box as well.
Yeah.
They don't want tippy-tappy stuff on the halfway line. They don't want people not committing themselves forward and looking for goals and making things happen in the opposition box.
Yeah.
That's their football. That's why it's died a death.
Sure.
It's dull. It's boring. Have you ever watched it recently?
Yeah.
Would you actually sit up late at night to watch a Serie A game?
I wouldn't, but what about, so Tardelli might say to that, fair enough, I accept that, Graham, but look at the way the Irish were caught in the counter-attack. That was terribly naive.
But that's individual players, and then that comes down to the quality you can choose from. Ireland, a small nation. What's the population of Italy? I don't know, 60 million off the top of my head. Lots to choose from. Great footballing history. Have had some great players. But historically, the Italians play counter-attacking football. And it doesn't make it a great watch. They nick games.
Yeah.
They won the World Cup playing fairly negative football. That's the way it is in Italy. That's accepted in Italy. And I'll use the word again, it's tosh he's talking.
Okay.